Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm coming to you today from a very sunny England. It's super gorgeous outside today. I hope you've had a really good start to the year. This is your horoscope for the second week of January, for Monday the 8th of January going through until the 14th of January. And I've had a look at this week. It's a week of two halves, really. At the beginning of the week, it's about love and transformation and being positive in that sense. And then later on in the week, it gets much more serious. So I'm going to give you a day-by-day rundown of what the energy is about so that you know what's kind of coming up and that you can work with this energy to make the most of it and to use it to your advantage. So on Monday, the 8th of January, we've got the last quarter moon at 26 minutes past 10 in the evening. And this basically means that the moon is halfway on its journey between being a full moon, where it's totally illuminated and lit up, to being a new moon, where it's totally black. So you'll see this as a half moon. It's slowing down, it's becoming smaller and smaller, and the energy is becoming weaker. So the energy of the moon kind of affects you in a less profound way, and you start to kind of look more inwards because the moon is now using up its last bits of energy and it's working its way towards kind of the new moon where it recharges itself. So immediately things are a little bit more quiet and calm, and there's less chaos floating around. The sun is in Capricorn, so the sun is your identity. It's what strengthens you. In Capricorn, it's very kind of grounded and focused on getting things done. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, is also in Capricorn, and they conjunct each other. So they blend their energies together. The planet of love and beauty in Capricorn loves to take practical action and loves to put things into practice. So I've got an idea, I care about something, let's go do it. Let's be spontaneous, let's make it happen. So those two are sitting together, and then they sextile Jupiter in Scorpio. And Jupiter is the good luck planet. And in Scorpio, it's in the sign of emotions and the sign of emotional intelligence, transformation, getting to the heart of the matter, really seeing things in a clear emotional way. So Monday, the 8th of January, is about transformation through love. That's what I've written down here, because you really are connected with the energy of love. Your identity is connected with love. It's in Capricorn, so it's about I love these things, I care about them, I know that. It's not something I have to think about or question, it's just something I get. And because I love this, I'm going to take action on it and transform it and make changes. So ask yourself on this day, very simply on Monday, what is the most loving thing that I can do in this situation? And you won't go wrong. So if there's something you need to resolve, what's the most loving thing I can do? You'll be able to sort that out. And also ask yourself, what is it that I love? What is it that I care about? And then bring that into your life and do more of it. On Tuesday, the 9th of January, the moon moves into Scorpio at 6 minutes past 8 in the evening. So the moon now shifts. And the moon in Scorpio is really intuitive. And like I said, it's emotionally intelligent. And it becomes much easier for you to kind of understand what other people are going through, what they're talking about, and also what the hidden agenda is. So if someone is yelling at you about not doing the dishes, you'll kind of understand that it's not really about the dishes. It's because, for instance, they don't feel like you're paying enough attention to them or you're not giving them enough respect. And those kind of insights, that kind of understanding isn't always there. So you become really emotionally clever here on Tuesday the 9th when it comes to other people. Venus is still in Capricorn, so Aphrodite working hard. That conjuncts not only the sun in Capricorn still, remember the sun and Venus were conjunct yesterday as well on Monday, that's still in place, but also now it conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn, and Pluto is the planet of transformation and change. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's in Capricorn too. So now we've got this energy of if I love it, if I care about it, if I have the strength to make a change, then I can really make huge, big changes in my life simply because I feel, I love, I care. The sun also conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn, so your identity is transforming. Everything is up in the air in a sense, everything is up for grabs, everything is debatable. where I live, how I work, who I love, what I do, everything is kind of up for debate. And Pluto in Capricorn conjuncts the Sun, like I said, and then Venus in Capricorn sextiles Mars in Scorpio. Mars is the male principle of desire, drive. In traditional astrology, it rules Scorpio, but Mars in Scorpio is forced to really delve into the emotional side of things and to really go even deeper. So you understand yourself very, very, very well. What I love, what I don't love, what I like, what I don't like. You understand other people very well. And then with all of this Capricorn energy, you can use those insights to transform your life. So on Tuesday, you really, really have the ability to make changes by connecting with yourself and this energy of love, which continues to be really, really strong. For singles particularly, new loves and romance are very possible on this day, because you immediately, if you meet someone and there's a connection, you know it, you sense it, it clicks. And especially if that happens in some sort of work-related or practical sort of context. Like you're out and about doing things, or you're working, or you're making changes to something and someone new comes along. It's really possible for there to be a spark and there to be a connection, and it's like, ding, here you are, I recognize you, and there's something here. So if you are single, then look out for Tuesday. It's a really positive day for romance and new beginnings in terms of your love life. And if you're in a relationship as well, you have the love and the energy and the positive outlook to transform things and make them better. Now on Wednesday, the 10th of January, Mercury, the planet of communication, goes into Capricorn. Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. In Virgo, it absorbs information. In Gemini, it produces information. And Mercury going into Capricorn is serious. It thinks along the lines of, is this practical? Yes, that's a wonderful idea that you want to build Zeppelins, but really, do you have the money? Are you actually going to be able to do it? No, so I don't have time. So it's very serious. It can be dismissive. It thinks along the lines of, is it doable or not? And if it's just some fanciful, rubbishy, out in the clouds idea, then I don't have time for it. So it's stern. Okay, so you're thinking sternly now from Wednesday onwards. The Sun is in Capricorn still. It sextiles Mars in Scorpio, the masculine principle in this emotional field. And the Moon in Scorpio trines Neptune in Pisces. So as you can see, we've got a lot more water now. So on Wednesday, the 10th of January, so the night from Tuesday to Wednesday, you're going to get a lot of messages through your dreams. If you go to sleep, which I hope you do. I hope you don't do an all-nighter. But if you go to sleep on Tuesday, sleeping through until Wednesday, you'll dream a lot. You'll get a lot of messages. Listen to those messages. They'll bring up certain desires and they'll stay with you during the day. So your thinking is really practical with that Mercury and the Sun, and those being in the sign of Capricorn. So combine your feelings and your dreams and your desires with that practicality, and you can really make effective changes in your life, manifest your desires, you can alter course, you can make concrete decisions, and really affect significant major change here in your life. So the first 3 days are all about thinking with love, taking action, and really transforming things for the better. So this is significant and serious. I was in a store yesterday, and I just overheard two people kind of having a conversation, and the one lady, she was saying, oh, you know, I'm doing everything here. I'm giving up drinking, smoking, and I'm on a diet. So some people are really kind of full on overdoing it and saying I have to make all the changes in my life. That's kind of asking quite a lot, you know, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, maybe that lady will be able to achieve that. Making that many changes at once can often lead to things becoming more problematic, because if you don't make it and you set your standards so high and then you don't achieve it, then there's the potential to beat yourself up and to end up drinking and smoking even more. So that's the kind of energy that we've got, though. everything is pushing and saying, make the changes. If you love it, you can do it. So just at the back of your mind, also just remember that you're one human being. You can only do so much, and don't overwork yourself, and, you know, make the changes that you really want, but try and keep it at 1 or 2. Don't bite off so much that you're absolutely overwhelmed. On Thursday, the 11th of Jan, we've got the Scorpio moon still here connecting with pretty much everything else in the chart on this day. So I'm just going to rattle these off so you know. So it conjuncts, so it meshes its energy. It sits together with Jupiter in Scorpio and Mars in Scorpio. It sextiles Pluto in Capricorn, the Sun in Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn, and it also trines Chiron in Pisces, and it quincunxes Uranus in Aries. So the moon connects with everything. And because of that, and the moon being in Scorpio, very emotional and very emotionally receptive. So think of you as being like a medium, for instance, okay? And you're sitting there, and suddenly all the doors open and every spirit comes in and starts to talk to you. It's going to be a little bit overwhelming, right? So that's the kind of thing we've got going on here astrologically. The moon is really sensitive and it picks up on everything, and it's having to form all of these relationships. So on Thursday, there's really the potential to fall into an emotional hole because of all of this, and to become overwhelmed by the demands placed on you by the astrology. And that obviously, as above, so below, that's the whole point of astrology. What's going on in the sky affects us down here on planet Earth. And because of that, it may be that your relationships are super demanding. There may be loads going on in your work. You may be demanding a lot of yourself, like that woman in the store I mentioned. So if you do fall in an emotional hole, just give yourself permission to kind of get rid of some of the responsibilities, to not do as much, and to only do as much as you can. So remember, you can't fix all of your life problems in one day, and you can't fix everyone else's life problems in one day, and it's not reasonable to expect that. So Thursday, if anything, is a great day to take off or to treat yourself to something that you like to do and to enjoy, and to do that by yourself. So you don't have the extra stress and the responsibility of handling everyone else's stuff. Now, Friday the 12th is really interesting. So we've got the moon going into Sagittarius at 5 minutes past 7 in the morning. And Scorpio is like this. It's diving down to the emotional truth. Sagittarius is like this. It's about galloping to the stars and getting your bow and arrow and seeing, oh, there's something fascinating and interesting. I'm going to gallop towards it, and I'm going to discover it and go on an adventure. So it's a total change of attitude. So you immediately kind of get a lift in terms of, we're sitting down here in the emotions, and now we're going up into the mind and into the spiritual realms. So because of that, there's a kind of lift in the energy. Mercury is in Capricorn still, so serious, remember, very serious. And it conjunct Saturn in Capricorn, also serious. And I've made a separate video on Saturn in Capricorn. It's something that's going to be with us until March 2020. Okay, Saturn in Capricorn says, if you want something, you have to work for it. It's very serious, and you have to take responsibility and make it happen. You know, that's one way of thinking. Some people aren't responsible at all. Some people are born into a very privileged and entitled life and are totally irresponsible and have millions and tons of money, and they never have to do anything. So, you know, a lot of us are taught that this Saturn in Capricorn energy, especially if you're brought up in the West, the way I was, that, you know, if you want something in life, you've got to work for it. You've got to be responsible, and, you know, you've got to stick to what is expected of you, and you've got to do A, B, and C. And in my experience, I was a very good child, and I did all of that. I went to university, and I said, yes, I will get this proper job, and it never did anything for me. So sometimes you've got to say, hang on a minute, I'm going to think outside of the box here, and it's not that serious, you know? Where's the fun? And some of us don't have the capacity to do it. I mean, if, for instance, myself, as this good boy that I was brought up to be, if someone gave me instructions to do something, I would do it. But that wasn't always in my best interest. So we're in this very kind of serious time now where everything is like, listen to the rules, remember what you're told, and don't fall for that all the time. It's not accurate. The Sagittarius Moon squares Neptune in Pisces. Okay, so we've got the Neptune is the dream planet of intuition and imagination. Sagittarius is this really upbeat, kind of adventurous energy, which the moon is in. And that is kind of counter Mercury in Capricorn and Saturn in Capricorn. So we've got this mix between the serious and the adventurous and the fun. So you're very self-aware here on Friday. You realize how rigid you have been and how hard your perspective is at the moment, and it's so hard and so rigid that it almost becomes funny, and you see it as like ludicrous, and you're able to laugh at it. So you'll be able to see through that and see how ridiculous some of your own expectations of yourself are, and you lighten up a little bit and you're able to laugh at yourself and at everything that you've been trying to kind of will into existence. So expect to tap into this kind of wry and absurd sense of humor on this day, and to see things in a way that's a little bit more, that has more levity to it. And not everything is like, you've got to do it. Proper job, responsibilities, money, work. Saturday, the 13th of January, we've got Mercury in Capricorn, still conjuncting Saturn in Capricorn, so that serious energy is still there. Venus is in Capricorn, that squares Uranus in Aries. Uranus is the planet of rebellion and doing things in your own unique way. So again, we've got a bit more levity here. It connects with Venus, the planet of love. So this energy of what is it that I love and how can I make that happen? That's heightened and that's stronger. So that lifts you out of that bubble a little bit in terms of I've just got to put the left foot in front of the right foot and just keep plodding on through my life, even if it's difficult. And that energy then also sextiles Chiron in Pisces. So Chiron is the wounded healer. In Pisces, it's very sensitive, okay? And the only way to fix Chiron in Pisces is by having a spiritual practice in your life, like meditation, connecting with something bigger than yourself. Chiron is the wounded healer in the chart, so it's often something that's very painful until we transform it to become a great strength. And on this day, the rigidity remains, but your sense of humor leaves you somewhat, and it's kind of replaced with this Chiron in Pisces with an oversensitivity and the potential to feel sorry for yourself. Boo. So if you have your heart set on something and you don't get it today, you have the potential to really throw your toys out of the pram and to really just get fed up with things. So it's really important today to manage your expectations and not to go into entitlement mode. I deserve this because I have wanted it. If you go into that mode, you'll be disappointed and you'll get really annoyed. You'll get angry about it. You may feel sorry for yourself. You may go into self-pity. Everyone else has a wonderful beach house except me. Poor me. You know, it's like your diamond slippers are chafing. It's kind of a little bit ungrateful, being myopic in the sense that realize and look at how much good stuff you've got in your life, and just because you haven't got this one thing, you're now throwing all of that out and saying, I've got nothing and everyone else has got everything. It's not true. So ask yourself on Saturday, is this true? What I'm asking of myself, what I'm wanting, is it reasonable? And these feelings that I have of resentment and self-pity and disappointment, are they true? Am I the saddest, loneliest person on earth? Very unlikely, okay? So Byron Katie is very good at this, the work. She goes into this, where if there are these beliefs that we hold about ourselves or our lives, asking, is it actually true? Am I the most unfortunate creature on earth? No, you're not. There's someone worse off than you. Finally, on Sunday, the 14th of January, we've got the moon going into Capricorn at 7:43 in the evening. So it's in Sag still for the majority of the day. So Capricorn, again, everything else is in Capricorn. It's Capricorn birthday season, so happy birthday, Capricorns. I talk about Capricorn in terms of seriousness and ambition and drive and being kind of grounded. I love Capricorns. My sister's a Capricorn. Capricorns have an amazing ability to realize that there are certain things in life which are serious and which you have to take care of, but because they accept that and embrace it as something that is, there's this huge capacity for joy. And Capricorns are so able to do things that are difficult for the rest of us and make them seem so easy and effortless. What's the woman's name? The royalty woman who's married to, oh my God, I live in the UK and I don't know these people. You've got Prince Harry, the good-looking one, the one I wanted to marry, who's got Meghan Markle. And then you've got the brother, Prince William. And he's married to Kate Middleton. There we go, Kate Middleton, I got it. She's a Capricorn and she is flawless. She's perfect. I've never seen a picture of her. My mother reads Hello magazine where all the stars and stuff are in. And I've never seen a picture of her looking anything less than flawless. And she has children and she suffers with terrible morning sickness. But she's always flawless and perfect, and she always presents, she's almost like a robot. And she's a Capricorn, and she has this ability to do things which for other people would be exhausting or impossible, and to do them with this elegance and charm and sense of grace and ease and dignity, and to have fun doing it. And that's what's great about Capricorn. So please don't get me wrong when I say, Capricorn is serious and it's very ambitious and driven. Yes, it is, but it also has an amazing capacity for joy, because it's able to deal with the everyday stuff. So the moon is going into Capricorn. We got the sun in Capricorn as well. That squares Uranus in Aries, bringing some fire. And it still sextiles that Chiron in Pisces, which is about my hurt feelings, my pain, the things that pull me. We also have the Capricorn moon then conjuncting Saturn in Capricorn, serious, and Mercury in Capricorn, serious thinking, serious communication, serious way of looking at the world. So on Sunday, you're so hard-nosed and practical that it's really the ideal time to do your taxes, to design a new living area, to redecorate or plan changes to your working life and routine. Building something or being creative through writing or painting will also give you a good outlet. It's really about using that energy and doing something practical with it. If you're being asked to kind of just relax and chill and to be flexible and to play things by ear, it's not going to go very well. You'll want to have a routine, you'll want to have a schedule, and you will demand to have this sense of, I'm doing that at 7, and at 8 I'm doing this, and then at 10 I want to be complete with that, and then I want to move on to the next thing. So it's that sense of rigidity, duty, energy, being practical and able to achieve great things. And again, to some people that may seem uptight and kind of, can't you just chill and relax? But if you want to get things done, Sunday is the perfect day to get things done, because you're going to be thinking like a machine. You can't get much more practical than this. And you'll enjoy that. You'll enjoy the routine of it. You'll enjoy each little success hour by hour if you want to do it that way. So really set yourself a list of things to do. Maybe you want to plan the week ahead. Maybe you want to cook all your meals for the next week. Maybe you want to do all your papers or for the next week, whatever, all your speeches, all your presentations. Maybe you want to get all your sales stuff organized, whatever you want. Sunday is your day to really be practical and get things done. Really supported by the astrology. So that's the week, second week of January. Really great week. I mean, we've got everything in here. We've got love, we've got fun, we've got being able to laugh at yourself, being productive. We've also got a sense of, getting a little bit miffed if things don't go our way. So it's a really full, busy week. It's practical, you can achieve a lot and you can get a lot. There are a lot of blessings in that week. So I hope that gives you an idea of what you're working with. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading, or just click on book your reading at the center of the screen when you go to the homepage. In the readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology, and I combine them. So the first thing I do is I look at your birth chart, which I can draw up by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. And that gives me a blueprint of your soul, shows me your life purpose, your vocational aptitudes, any of your strengths and weaknesses. I can also compare your chart with someone else you're interested in or your partner to see if you're compatible and where the strains are, where the strengths are. And I can also use the predictive astrology and the tarot to see what's coming up for you in future over the next couple of months and years in any area of your life. So in your health, your love life, your career, your family relationships, your health, spiritual progress, hopes and dreams, anything at all really. So if you're interested in that, please visit the website. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you next week.